Hi, it's Caitlin, and today I have swatches of some absolutely stunning art-inspired nail polishes. Now, these are from By Dany Vianna, and this video has been generously sponsored by Dany Vianna, so thank you to Daniela. And as always, all opinions are my own. By Dany Vianna has this kind of like running series of nail polishes inspired by painters and their artwork, and there have been some recent additions, and I just thought I would catalog everything that I have so far in the art series for you. So some of these have been around for a while. You have seen them before on my channel, and some of them are new, at least to my channel. So if you are interested in picking these up, you can head on over to the By Dany Vianna website. They do offer free shipping within the US over $75 US, and they do a discounted shipping to other international customers. So these are really pretty. I do love art in the art world, and I think that it's such a creative way to create nail polish inspired by these artists and their paintings, and Daniela did an incredible job. So prepare yourself for some beautiful nail polish, and let's get into the swatches. Let's start by looking at Climpmp, and this is inspired by the overall style of this artist, and he used a lot of gold leaf in his art. This painting, The Woman in Gold and The Kiss, are apparently the main inspiration for this polish, and the polish itself has yellow gold jelly base with gold iridescent flakes, black flakes, and red and green shreds. Now, if you do look up Climpmp and The Woman in Gold and The Kiss, I've seen The Kiss before. This is definitely reminiscent of the color palette and kind of overall vibe. So love this polish. It's incredibly unique, and I don't typically like yellows, but this one it's doing something for me. I think it's a really special combination, and it's also reminding me of the Jamaican flag. So if you're Jamaican, maybe this will be extra enticing to you. So here it is in 3 coats plus top coat. And here we have Vango, which is inspired by his irises painting, and it has a green to purple duochrome base with a mix of blue and purple reflective glitters. So this one is so dreamy. It's absolutely gorgeous in my opinion. Again, if you look at the painting, look at the polish, amazing interpretation. I'm just so in love with this polish and the reflective glitter and the color shift, as you're going to see. It's just very dreamy and unique in my opinion, and it has beautiful coverage in 2 coats. This is it with top coat, and the reflective glitter is a bit textured, so be generous with your top coat and enjoy the sparkle. Here we have Vincent Takes the Gardens, and this has a bright yellow crelly base with a mix of indigo purple metallic flakes and blue to black ultra chrome chameleon flakes. This one has a really lovely formula, really good opacity, but still you can see the flakes throughout, and it just paints itself. Practically, this one was just a really, really impressive formulation. You might leave it in 2, depending on your preference. I would leave it in 2, but if you build it up in 3, you definitely get more of that ponding effect and slightly deeper, brighter yellow base. So here it is in 3 coats plus top coat. This color is called Sisley, and it's inspired by his painting the boat during the flood at Port Marley. This is a sheer blue, leaning teal base with green and orange iridescent flakes. This has a phenomenal formula, as you can probably already see. I love the Crelly jelly. Let me take that back. It's a jelly, not a Crelly. The jelly base, I love the elements sitting within the base. I love the color combo. This is so pretty, and I will recommend it in 3 coats. It won't be difficult to get it smooth. 1 layer of top coat will smooth it, and it won't be difficult to remove, and it definitely did not cause any staining. Here we have Belt Miso, and this one is not only inspired by her own artwork, but also a collection that the Musée d'Orsay did with Les Nerides. I don't know. I have no idea who that is, and I don't even think I pronounced that properly, but this is inspired by one of the artist's paintings. It's a pinkish coral sheer base with green iridescent flakes and white irregular glitters. I think this is such a unique and interesting polish. I love the color, I love the elements in it, and I really like those irregular white glitters. We're going to see them again in the Virgo collection. This polish has a lot going on. It applies really, really easily. You will likely want to build it up in 3 coats, or of course you could layer it over a similarly colored cream if you wanted to use it more like a topper and get full opacity that way. And when you build it up in 3 coats, you're going to get a ton more of the flakes and glitters. Everything builds up beautifully and gives a gorgeous pond-like effect. Definitely use a good layer of a thick, glossy top coat, and this won't be really difficult to remove. I don't find that those white irregular glitters are hard to remove at all. Here we have Degas, and this one is inspired by one of his dancers. It's a light teal crelly base with a mix of green iridescent flakes. If you're a fan of this shade, this is such a stunning polish. It's a stunning color. I don't have a lot of this color in my collection because I'm really picky about how these colors look on my skin tone. This one works phenomenally well. I absolutely love the glitter, and not the glitter, the flakes. I love the base color. I love the crelliness of it. It's just so pretty. I will recommend building this one up in 3 coats. I think you get pretty close to opacity, at least I did, in 3 coats. And of course, it allows the iridescent flakes to build up, so you get this gorgeous pond-like effect on your nail. And the flakes are ridiculously glowy. I love flakes like this. Again, this is not going to be difficult to remove. It's not overly textured. 1 layer of top coat will smooth everything out. Here we have Piso, I don't know, I didn't look up how to pronounce that, but this is inspired by one of his autumnal landscapes. It's a clear base with a mix of green reflective glitters and red to copper and gold ultra chrome chameleon flakes. I love the color palette of this polish. It's so beautiful. And it's very sparkly, as you're going to see, very autumnal, but also not, because I feel like the green is still giving life and leaves. So I would recommend building this one up in 2 or 3 coats. I was happy with it in 2. You might need 3, but I was happy in 2. And of course, a good glossy top coat, because there are reflective glitters which can be textured. And lastly, from the Impressionist collection, we have Impressions of a Sunrise, and this is named after the eponymous Monet painting that gave name to the Impressionist movement. This has a blue-gray crelly base with copper to gold iridescent flakes and orange dots, which to me the orange dots look yellow, and what you're seeing is what I saw with my eyes, so I'll leave that to you to assess. But this is really fun. The glitters came out very easily. It builds up really nicely, and it's just a pleasure to paint with. It's so unique. There's absolutely nothing like this in my collection, and I don't think anything else really like this in the nail world. So hopefully you're into it as much as I am. I will recommend 3 coats with this particular polish. It gets it darker, and it brings out more flakes, which I just think are so beautiful. Now this one is quite textured with those little glitters. You will probably need 2 layers of top coat and they might be difficult to remove, so use a peel off base, or you can always just scrub a dub with your cotton ball. Here we have 2 polishes that are inspired by Vango. I don't know if it's technically pronounced Van Gogh, but I feel like that's how Hannah Gadsby says it. This is called Starry Night, and it's a sheer dark blue base with indigo to purple aurora shimmer and an assortment of glitters that include moons and mini stars. This one is so much fun on the nail, and yes, you're gonna watch me fiddle around with the glitter a little bit, but honestly, it's so worth it, and I absolutely am obsessed with this polish. It really does look like the painting. The colors are perfect, the elements are perfect, and you know, despite this being a glitter, everything comes out quite easily. And as you can see, it's not a ton of effort to just place some of those glitters where you want them. When all is said and done, I think you're going to need 3 coats and potentially a 4th to just kind of glaze over everything at the very end. So that's my recommendation, but I am completely smitten with this polish. This is definitely a candidate for a glitter grabber top coat. Plus quick dry, because those glitters are textured, and boy oh boy, this will be difficult to remove, so use a peel off base coat, or you can also Google the tinfoil removal method. That's another easy way to remove glitter polish. And here we have Sunflowers, which is the other part of the Vango duo. It's a sheer yellow base with orange iridescent flakes, black irregular glitters, and an orange magnetic pull. I am going to show this with the bar magnet and the velvet effect. This is such a stunning polish. I'm really into like brownie oranges. You don't see them a lot, but they're so beautiful, and this one is particularly gorgeous. It's so well done when you look at the inspiration. I really love it. So kudos to Daniela for this collection. Everything we've seen so far is stunning, and I hope you're enjoying this plentiful cornucopia of color and nail polishes, because I really had a ton of fun swatching them and preparing this video for you, because I really do think all of these polishes are created beautifully. So just a note on this polish, no issues with staining. And in terms of smoothing it out, 1 layer of top coat did smooth it out for me. So you should be good to go with 1 layer of top coat, and it won't be really difficult to remove because those little black glitters are tiny and not very troublesome. I think they were all so stunning, but definitely Vango is like one of my favorites. There's something about the sparkle and shifts in there that just really speak to me, and it is inspired by his irises, so it just is such a beautiful interpretation of that work, and it just looks really pretty on your nails whether or not you like the artist or their art. And I'm still obsessed with Starry Night. It's such an iconic shade from By Dany Vianna. You know I love star glitters, but I just love how it just works. Like the base is opaque, it's blue, and yet you still see the glitter through it, and it just looks like the painting. I think it's like one of the coolest nail polishes. So let me know what you think of these offerings. Let me know if you've already picked up some of the art series polishes. Tell me what you think. Tell me if you're a fan of the art world. One of my favorite art galleries is Albright Knox in Buffalo, and it's just an incredible art gallery with the most incredibly curated selection of art, and the building itself is also stunning. So if you're ever in Buffalo, check it out. Probably, maybe you've already been, but such a good art gallery. Anyway, I guess that's it for me in this video. I hope you have a wonderful day wherever you are. Thank you for watching, and hopefully I will see you in the next one. Bye.